Hello, and welcome to Biblical Scrolls, where we take a deeper dive into the hard to interpret, the obscure, or even the misinterpreted passages of Scripture. We will also look at apocryphal and pseudepigraphal texts and other historical manuscripts. We'll be using a variety of sources, so if you're committed to just one version of the Bible, this channel may not be for you. Now let's dig into today's passage. Today's passage starts with Job 26:12. We're going to be reading in the ESV. It says, "By his power he stilled the sea. By his understanding he shattered Rahab." So the King James and New King James translate Rahab incorrectly or incomplete by saying proud or storm. The NIV says he cut Rahab to pieces. So while the word proud or storm describe Rahab, they don't fully grasp the meaning. Now let's read verse 8 through 13 for context. It says, "The dead tremble under the waters, and their inhabitants. Sheol is naked before God, and Abaddon has no covering. He stretches out the north over the void and hangs the earth on nothing. He binds up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not split open under them. He covers the face of the moon and spreads over it its cloud. He has inscribed a circle on the face of the waters, at the boundary between light and darkness. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astounded at his rebuke. By his power he stilled the sea. By his understanding he shattered Rahab. By his winds the heavens were made fair. His hand pierced the fleeing serpent. Behold, these are but the outskirts of his ways, and how small a whisper do we hear of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand?" So the context here is celestial bodies. He talks about the earth, thick clouds, full moon, pillars of heaven, wind, etc. So it is likely that Rahab was also a celestial body. There are other references to Rahab as well. Let's go to Psalm 89:10. All right, Psalm 89:10 says, "You crushed Rahab like a carcass. You scattered your enemies with your mighty arm." All right, also Job 9, verse 13. All right, over here it says, "God will not turn back his anger. Beneath him bowed the helpers of Rahab. How then can I answer him, choosing my words with him?" All right, so this Rahab is clearly different from the Rahab the prostitute mentioned in the book of Joshua. Rahab, or Rechab, in Joshua means field or open space. Rahab mentioned in our topic today means pride and boastful. So there are several different theories as to what Rahab is referring to. Some believe that it is ancient Egypt or a sea monster, such as Leviathan, but neither of these fit the context of a celestial body. I think it was likely a planet located between Mars and Jupiter. It is now the asteroid belt between them. The next question is, when did this occur, as it is not recorded in the Bible, yet it is talked about? So knowledge of this event was common among Old Testament writers. Well, there are a few places that it could fit. It could have occurred directly before the flood in Genesis 6. The planet Rahab was water-rich and could have caused flooding on Earth from both the water and the meteor showers. This event could also have been the one to kill the dinosaurs. The next idea of when it happened is between Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2, because of the Hebrew word tohu, meaning desolation, and bohu, meaning empty. Now there are slight differences between the Septuagint and the Masoretic text here. So the beginning of Genesis can read like this: "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, because the earth became desolate, ruin, and void." The third view is that this event occurred before Genesis 1:1, not on an earth with humans, but potentially with other angelic spirits being inhabitants of the earth. I don't see how, if this view is correct, we would have this knowledge at all, as everyone would have everyone that could have recorded this information would have been wiped out. The next question is why? The reason seems to be that Lucifer and his fallen angels set up their headquarters on Rahab, and it was a place where the worship of Lucifer was actively going on. Let's move over to Isaiah 51:9. It says, "Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord, awake as in the days of old, the generations of long ago. Was it not you who cut Rahab in pieces and who pierced the dragon?" The New King James says, "wounded the serpent." The word serpent or dragon here in Hebrew is tanin, which generally refers to a sea monster or a dragon. This could fit the description of Satan, since Rahab is also mentioned in this verse, but since it's not recorded plainly, a lot of this is speculation. It's a fascinating topic indeed. Maybe we don't need to know. Proverbs 25:2 says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the glory of kings to search things out." I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something. Please subscribe and give a thumbs up. Be kind and respectful in the comments. The topics on this channel are difficult and sometimes there's a difference of opinions, but that's okay. Be blessed, be encouraged, and I'll see you in the next video.